Well, I think that's an interesting question for the two of us because we're so dramatically different in our marriages, the way we handle our wives, right? Wouldn't you agree with that?
Yeah.
I just got married and I'm on my second marriage, so I've been through one entrepreneurial experience with a wife and it turned out disastrously. She was not capable of not having a paycheck every Friday. It was Friday afternoon, she wanted a paycheck. And I would come home and she'd ask, well, did you pay yourself today or did you buy advertising? And it would be an ugly weekend if I bought advertising, I'll tell you. She wanted a paycheck and she wasn't able to mentally and emotionally put up with the ups and downs of entrepreneurship. In my second marriage now, she's 100% bought in. She knows what's going on. She knows every single thing that I do, that I know. If a check comes in, she wants to know about it. And we're very open and we share it 100%. She's taking the risk with me. She bought into the risk and to the vision that we have from day one. Your marriage is different.
Yeah, well, there's nothing that, I mean, owning a business is so stressful and it's just so difficult sometimes, and it can really have a big impact on your family life. And it was some education that I had to go through as a business owner to get a little bit more mature in that kind of, in dealing with those kinds of issues. One thing that's difficult for entrepreneurs is it's hard to separate. You know, your workday never really feels like it's over. So, you know, you'd walk in the door and you'd be returning emails or you're making phone calls and you continue to work. And so to have that balance, that work-life, family balance, you know, one of the things that I often talk to entrepreneurs about doing is as soon as you walk in that door, okay, the phones have to be off. You know, you have to go be the dad then. You have to go be the husband. And you've got to try to separate that, you know, so that while you're there. So my wife mentioned something to me one time that kind of hit home. She said, you know, because I had made a special effort to be at home. And then she said, well, gosh, even when you're here, you're not really here. I was like, well, that's true, because I was very distracted. I was trying to return emails and things like that. So you know, to try to separate that, okay, for this chunk of time, I'm going to be the dad, I'm going to be the husband, and then for this chunk of time, I'm going to be the business owner. And trying to draw those lines and keep that balance is a struggle and an important thing to do.
Does your wife know anything about your entrepreneurial life?
She doesn't know near as much. She's definitely more concerned about some of the things. The breadth of my entrepreneurial endeavors is somewhat overwhelming to her. So she's very, on the bell curve of entrepreneurship, I'm here and she's way over here.
I remember one time I went to Hawaii for a vacation. This was back when we had long distance telephone bills, and my telephone bill was more than my room bill from the vacation. And I think that's one of the reasons I got divorced.